look at that. Gotta wall this up. Serious food gathering. Yeah. There you go. That's a villager kill right there. Look at these Donzos putting in work. I've got a good feeling we can survive this. Yeah, what we've got going on is great. We're getting into the rice fields here. We really want in. What a great idea. Hey everybody. Glad to have you back. More Age of Empires here. We got more ranked games. This is my 4th placement match, I believe. And it is on Hideout. This map is continuing to see play in the new season. And as you can tell, I've decided to go with an aggressive civilization, the Ottomans. And my ally's got the same idea. He's going with the English here. So Gummy Bear is my English ally, and we're up against Shadewalkin, who's playing as the Chinese. And we've also got youtube.com at Lionheart944. And Shadewalkin's playing as the Chinese. Lionheart is playing as the English. Decided to use my scout that I get from the military school to chase down these deer that spawn nearby. In Hideout, the deer just kind of spawn as a triple near your base. It's kind of a small deer camp. It's a nice way to get food early on, and I'm glad I grabbed them because I'm really just not seeing any sheep. I really didn't get all that lucky when it came to sheep. And we're even running into a little awkward moment here. We've hit our supply cap, so we've reached our population cap, and I need these villagers to turn in that last 10 wood. And there we go. Now we can get our house out. That did cause us to miss out on some villagers here, but there we go. We're back to it. Probably should have transferred these villagers who were on food over here a little earlier. Let's try to get on that. Whenever you age up, I feel like you can take a good chunk of your units or your villagers off of food. Gummy Bear aging up, Shadewalkin aging up. Gummy Bear going with the Abbey of Kings, and he's getting out a king. He'll use that to harass. Similarly, I'm using my spearmen to harass. I finish my age up, and we're just waiting on Lionheart to finish up here. I'm going to take a few stabs at his villagers. He's going to turn and fight. I can't follow the villagers because that'll just lead me over to the town center, but I do get some scouting information. Villagers mining stone. This English opponent, Lionheart, is definitely going for a second town center, very early one. And it looks like he's going directly for it rather than making Longbowmen as sort of a cover. He's probably already building it. We're just going to stay focused on our gameplay. We're going to get up some upgrades like Wheelbarrow, Double Broadaxe. That'll help our just overall gathering and our wood income, which we really want. We're going to need a lot of wood because we want to put down more production centers. We've gotten down our blacksmith. That's increasing the production rate of all these buildings. And back here, we're just kind of duking it out with these longbowmen. The Spahi, I love them versus longbowmen. Would love to see them engage. But otherwise, the moment we find that our units are injured or just not being very productive, we'll send them out to patrol this outer edge of the map. Ooh, losing our spearmen there, but I'm not too sad about losing spearmen right now. I don't really think this English opponent's going to be bringing out any horsemen. Yep, hunting down scouts on the map. I feel like I'm the only one who's actually got some units out. I'm sure the Chinese player is greeting as hard as they can. This English player is certainly greeting. Oh, and we're getting a villager kill there. Yep. Maybe we can target down this other injured villager. We just need a few shots from this archer. Oh, and the scout contributing a good bit of damage there. Just those 1 damage hits. I guess they pile up. You can see we're still rallying over. Might as well. We get free archers from our military school, and we can produce Spahi. Yeah, we're definitely getting more Spahi. We want to force the English opponent into making spearmen. If he doesn't make spearmen, then he's just going to age up really quickly with his 2 town centers, and we'll fall behind. And yeah, there's a barracks. Okay, good. We're going to start seeing spearmen in the future. we're getting our +1 ranged armor. We're also getting siege engineering because we've noticed we're not really getting any kind of any major wins here, and we're seeing some defensive structures. Wouldn't be bad to start ramming down some of these buildings. And Gummy Bear going with a quick castle age into the King's Palace. Love to see him get this working. This is his second town center now. And I'm sure, yep, we're seeing the Song Dynasty landmarks. We're also seeing stone getting mined. The Chinese player is going to be quiet for a while, but then really burst onto the scene once they get that age up. Again, I'm just sending injured units or units that haven't really been effective to patrol the outer edge of this map. In Hideout, you can patrol these outer resource spots and really get some big wins. I mean, people have to go for these large gold deposits on the exterior of the map. And if you can catch villagers out there, it can be really good. Scaring off villagers, it's idle time. I'm happy about that. We're going to send the Spahi the long way around. We'll just kind of skirt the wood line here, try to avoid the longbowmen and the town center. We're trying to find his wood line, and there we find it back here. Not going to get that villager, unfortunate, but we did identify the second town center, and there's 2 barracks in production or producing units, so he can definitely get a big infantry army. Oh, now we're seeing some walls go down. I'd love to snipe the villagers building this. That's what we want to see, but he just retreats them over to the longbowmen. How's my ally doing? Getting lots of production from the King's Palace now. Blacksmith is up, but not being used. And a fast monastery. That's what we like to see. Hopefully he's going to grab up all these relics off the map. And yeah, I like this. He needs to leverage that fast castle age. He's going to do it by grabbing up all these relics and gain a good passive gold income. Trying to target down villagers here. We can use the archer to try and pick off this villager here. And over here, we're just engaging with his villagers who are putting down another outpost. But these longbowmen... Oh, no, they are running away. Are we going to get a villager kill here? I think we are. Hey, all right. Another one. It's good we're getting these villager kills because I'm sure we're behind economically. Looks like right now I've got a lot of food coming in thanks to the Twin Minaret Madrasa, but... yeah, Shade Walken's gain a lot of gold, probably some passive tax collection, and this gold mine right here. But really, he needs to get his food income up if he wants to make it to the Castle Age. Now we're finally seeing some counter-aggression from the English opponent, Lionheart, coming forward with some infantry. They do have the +1 ranged attack. We have the +1 ranged armor. And the spearmen are annoying. It's really preventing my Spahi from getting on top of his longbowman. And I hit an awkward moment because we are aging up, and I don't want to lose these villagers. We gotta run for it. We don't have textiles researched yet either. This is really painful. Yeah, these longbowmen are getting good kills. We need to pull these villagers away. Yeah, we're losing villagers, and that's painful because we only have one town center, and we don't really have any other ways of getting an economic advantage here other than just some research. Though we are winning out against his units. They're getting too close to the town center, and the Spahi are starting to stab them down. Oof. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Yeah, let's retreat back. See what we can do. Yep, there's that monk just going around grabbing up relics. Okay, let's get back to aging up. We're going with the Imperial Palace. We're trying to put it near our production buildings. That way we can get our Vizier points quickly. I didn't really see a better spot to put it. I wedged it here. Maybe once we clear out these berry bushes, we can put some more production down in this area. Looks like with my Imperial Council, I've grabbed Anatolian Hills, and we grabbed Military Campus so that we could get another military school, because now we can actually go up to 4 if we wanted. Backing off, hate losing these maters, but that's how it goes. And thankfully, with all these units patrolling on the back end, we're identifying where our opponents are expanding to. And wow, yeah, I love seeing my ally Gummy Bear grabbing up these relics. He's already got one. Looks like the second one's on the way back, and a third is on the way back as well. He also brought his king forward. He ended up healing a lot of my villagers. That was awfully nice. And hopefully he notices this fight going on. Yes, perfect timing. If I can just target down these spearmen with my archers, they've got their increased attack speed thanks to the Mater. Yeah, this king should be okay. And all these horsemen. And finally, since I aged up, I can get my knights out. And the Chinese player Shadewalkin has also made it into the castle age, and I'd love to get on top of these villagers, put a stop to this granary action going on. A single hardened spearman's probably not going to do it, but now that I've seen all of these villagers at work, we're going to send more units in. There we go. There's a unit that can actually get something done. Yeah, just grabbing up more relics. King is coming forward. Looks like we've rallied our troops together, and we might push out here. Let's see. We're coming forward, gain a few wins here, but look at all of these hardened spearmen and palace guards coming out. Very scary. Me and my ally aren't sure what to do against Lionheart, who makes it to the castle age. Let's take a look at income here. It's looking like Gummy Bear, my ally, just crushing it in terms of food and gold. But the Chinese opponent is grabbing up a lot of wood, and that'll eventually translate into a huge food income. Looks like the English opponent aged up with the White Tower. This is really straight out of my playbook. I love going to town centers, and then when I'm worried about the counterattack, put up the White Tower. We are seeing some counterattacks here by the Chinese, trying to take out this outpost, but ooh, looks like my knight is making it into these rice fields. We're cutting down Chinese villagers here. Yeah, look at that. That's what we like to see. We got to do something to try and prevent this huge runaway economic advantage, because while we did get our second town center, we are starting to produce villagers from it, our opponents have been on 2 town centers for a lot longer. Man, this knight got maybe 6 villager kills. That's really impressive. Looks like these units aren't quite going to do the damage that the Chinese player hopes they'll do. The English can just retreat into their town centers. And it looks like Gummy Bear's got some strong knights here. There's really not enough spearmen here to take out all of these English knights. Yep, even using the villagers to try and scare them off. We're putting up stone walls on our side of the map. Allies was trying to put up stone walls, but got attacked by these units here. Yeah, he should continue to charge these units down. He's got the speed advantage. Just take them out. There we go. I'm rallying to the front of the English player's base. I'd love to harass these villagers that are gathering berries, but there is an outpost here, so we've built a ram. We'll push our way through. And it looks like the enemies are trying to capture, yeah, the Chinese opponent Shadewalkin's trying to grab this sacred site, but my patrolling units on the backside find them. We're going to park some archers and a Mater here in the rice fields, and I think we took out 1 or 2 villagers already. We're taking out a few more. We've basically paused the this granary operation here, so the income for Shadewalkin is plummeting. We'd love to get that Imperial official, but man, these Clock Tower Nest Bees hurt. Wish my ally would just wall to this wood line and then wall this off. I'd much rather have a complete wall off than him kind of wrapping around his base. And wow, look at that. 3 relics already secured. He's going to plop this one in the other monastery. Oh, he's got a misrally here. He needs to get these longbowmen rallied together. Okay, there he goes. We've done the same. We've gotten our mosque out. We've captured a relic, and we are capturing the sacred site. The push here didn't quite work out. The ram got eaten up. Thankfully, we can just retreat behind our stone walls, and we can engage when we want to. I'm thinking I'm going to need more crossbowmen, maybe a mangonel, something to deal with all the man-at-arms and longbowmen that are coming out. Taking a look at my base, looks like we're just scattering in a little bit more production. Our gold is starting to run out. We'll need to find a new gold source. And I like seeing all the villager production. That's looking good. Let's check out our upgrades. Yeah, we've gotten our ranged attack. Now we're getting our melee attack. And we're starting to grab resources on the outskirts of the map. Grabbing up these berries, grabbing up these deer. We'll probably grab up the golds. Love seeing that. Now that we have this stone wall off, makes things a lot easier to just grab resources on our side of the map. English ally, Gummy Bear, he wants to attack. And this is a hell of an army. Horsemen, knights, and veteran longbowmen. Looks like he's finding... Oh, and I'm finding villagers over here. Wow, these patrolling spearmen continue to pay off. Disrupting all of these attempts at securing the outside of the map. I love seeing that. Just forces more and more macro. Now this I like. We're targeting down that town center here. It's the second town center from the Chinese player, so it's got lowered health. Ooh, those nest of bees are crushing these longbowmen. But it looks like my allies' knights were able to destroy them pretty quickly. And yeah, taking out the trebuchet as well. I'm over here with just a few units, but I think we're going to get a win here. The town center is going to go down. The keep was delayed. A few siege units were destroyed. I think my allies got to be happy about that. He'll retreat, see what he can do with the rest of these forces. Meanwhile, over here, I've had to retreat. Too much English infantry with strong ranged upgrades. Now that we've got the mangonel out, we can probably do something about it, but it's tough. We've been using up our Imperial Council Vizier points. We've gotten increased military production, so our military schools are producing units faster. And we also got the trade bags. We're going to try and transition into trading. Looks like we've set up the trade trick, and all we need to do is start spending our resources making traders. They'll be returning a lot of gold. Looking at income, our opponents are doing really well. They're up to about 2k on Lionheart, maybe 2.5k on Shadewalkin'. Fortunately, Gummy Bear is at maybe 2.5, flirting with maybe 3k in resources. Me, I'm pretty behind. I'm at maybe 2k, maybe a little under 2k. That's why I'd really like to see these markets get to work. That'll provide us with the income we need, or at least the gold income that we need. Yep, continuing to set up those patrol routes. We want to make sure that these gold deposits aren't just taken for free. And look at this. The Chinese opponent, Shadewalkin', has chopped through. This is a danger that is always present in Hideout. The possibility that your opponent is just going to chop through the trees in the center and start attacking you. Good luck to Gummy Bear. He needs to hold off all of these units. Fortunately, these longbowmen are doing great work against all these infantry. If he can take out this clock tower trebuchet with his springalds. Does he have springalds? I feel like I saw one. Yeah, he's got 2 siege workshops. I like seeing that. We're trying to put on pressure over here, but we lose our mangonel, which was doing good work. You can see how injured a lot of these ranged units are. And we're finally getting more crossbowmen out. We need more ranged units overall. We just need a few frontliners, a few knights, a few horsemen, maybe some man-at-arms, so that our ranged units can finally put in some work. And again, whenever we find that we're losing the battle here, we can always just retreat behind the stone walls. Yep, there we go. In fact, I'll just jump up on the walls here. Looking good. Fortunately, Gummy Bear has held, but this is a rough siege position to be in. He's coming forward. He's trying to scare these units off. Of course, on the back of this, he's sitting on 4 relics. Look at the gold income. Gummy Bear's taking the lead on the gold income, and I've got quite a bit myself. It looks like, yeah, it's from the traders that we're finally producing, bringing back 263 gold. And finally, we break through this palisade wall, and we find all these villagers, both English villagers and Chinese villagers. Always be on the lookout to shut down these external resources. And wow, look at all these English forces coming from my ally. He's not sure where to send them. Yeah, I'd love it if he just parked them on these rice fields here. But, ooh, the nest of bees are here. They're just going to shred through these longbowmen. I love seeing these traders come in. You should see me start to take the lead in income, and look at the gold income for our opponents. This is the issue. We're denying them at all these gold deposits here, 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 here. There's just nowhere safe for them to gather. We also noticed some traders moving around on the back side of the map, so we're going to wall off the neutral market here. Yep, seeing lots of villager production here. Continuing to get upgrades. We're almost up to all of our 2-2 upgrades here. Let's check current resources. Who's spending well? Gummy Bear is actually floating a lot. Shadewalkin has way too much wood. Probably just sent his villagers to chop through here and then didn't really know what to do with them, and so he just kept them chopping. He's got to get his villagers back on these rice fields. Otherwise, he's just not going to have any food income. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I love seeing this just absolutely frozen gold income for our opponents. Me, I'm trying to spend my gold as quickly as I can, but it's hard. I can make knights and siege weapons, but it's hard spending all that gold. And we're finally sieging down some buildings here. We're going to take out this outpost, which has been really annoying, and then we can start sieging down the White Tower. Unfortunately, over here, my ally is getting targeted by both the English and the Chinese. It looks like they're going to do kind of a combined effort on this side of the map, which looks pretty darn scary. All these English longbowmen need to defend. Fortunately, because he's defending his base, all these longbowmen get the network of castles enhancement, so they're attacking faster, but look at all these forces. Yeah, there's the Chinese spearmen coming in. Meanwhile, I'll just siege down over here. It looks like we're putting a stop to a lot of the food generation of Lionheart. That's what we want. I'm worried my ally's going to crumble. I think I'm starting to rally units over to his base, or at least I should shortly. Yep, there they go. There's the rally over to his base. I'm hoping he can hold out. These longbowmen are putting in work. That, and these villagers have plenty of places to run to. They can just retreat into the king's palace or this town center. My ally is losing a lot of his economy here, but so are our opponents. I mean, we've shut down this gold, and we found this gold over here as well. Looks like this archer is finally picking off all of these villagers here. And look at that. My ally holds. Pretty incredible. It just goes to show you how strong the English are on defense. But truly, the opponents just brought a lot of cheaper units. It was a lot of just longbowmen, spearmen. There were some palace guards, some crossbowmen and man-at-arms in the mix, but my ally just has so much passive gold income. He's been able to make very expensive knights. Yeah, there's my units rallying. We're trying to continue the pressure here. We don't want to lose out. Yeah, we want to keep trading with all these units. It seems to be pretty good. It seems to be to our advantage. And I think now we're identifying, just did a huge trade at the market. I noticed how much gold I was floating and figured I'd just buy my way to the Imperial Age. Yep, putting down the Istanbul Observatory. We'll just use that to get our university upgrades, and it'll really increase the production of our military structures. And these traders, they can't get to the neutral market. Love that we shut that down. This gold deposit finally got completely cleaned up now that I sent reinforcements. Now I'd love to take a look at this gold deposit. Because yeah, look at my gold income, up at 2K. I'm floating at maybe 5K in income. My ally is still about 2.5, whereas our opponents, they're starting to get below 2.5. They might start to hit 2K. Springold's coming forward. Smart idea from my English opponent Lionheart, but I'm already thinking about the Springold game. We're bringing forward our own Springolds. We're going to target down his. Nice. We also got our imams out on the field. They'll heal up some of our units here. Love the mangonel. Would love to keep it alive. And the fact that all of these fields have been destroyed, like look how many farms we've destroyed, and there's no villagers working these farms. Yeah, Lionheart's income for food is just crushed. My ally still gets to enjoy this gold vein over here, and I think he's starting to want to go on the offensive. If he can just get a few trebuchets out, he can start sieging down the Chinese opponent. All I'm really focused on is applying light pressure up here at the front, and then making sure that none of these gold deposits are being mined. This one is still probably a liability. I'd love to see us get on top of that. And this one I'd love to just put an outpost on so we have vision over what's going on over there. But yeah, Lionheart is just continually repairing the White Tower and just pumping out spring alds. Here, this appears to be one last attempt from the Chinese opponent, Shadewalkin, trying to drop a keep and simultaneously attack with a huge mass of trebuchets on the back. However, these English spring alds are coming forward, and he's found the nest of bees that were wedged in here, and I think he's going to go for these trebuchets next, but he's focused on getting rid of these villagers who are building the keep, and I don't think this keep's getting up. Yeah, he cancels it. He has to back off. We're getting deeper and deeper into the English opponent's base, and now we've found all of these villagers here on the gold. This is where Lionheart's gold income is coming from. We're going to watch it drop from 700 probably down to 100, 200. Keep in mind, no one is in the Imperial Age except me. So both of the English players, both my ally Gummy Bear and our opponent Lionheart, does not have the enclosures upgrade. There's no passive gold coming in for them. Trading out more spring alds, but we're keeping our trebuchets alive. And we're really knocking down this White Tower. Yeah, one more volley from our trebuchets will knock this out. Would love to see that. But I decide to retreat at the last moment, and yeah, he's just going to repair it back up. I'm hoping to save the trebuchets, but honestly, I think they were done. English infantry can just march down your siege units. Oh man, all these villagers are going down. Yep, my ally Gummy Bear's marching forward, and I think just because of the gold income being non-existent, like let's look at their gold. Yeah, there's just nothing there. I think this game's over. It was an exciting match. I really liked my strategy of securing the outside of the map, while my ally just sort of defended what he had and occasionally raided the Chinese player, just taking out a town center, maybe attacking the rice fields occasionally. He made really decisive attacks, whereas I made very light, kind of dancing back and forth, never really committing, just trying to harass. And that was a good combo. It ended up causing our English ally, or our English opponent, to march all over the map. He tried to attack here. He brought his units over here. He brought his units over here. It was a tough time. Oh, finally getting one of those great bombards out. Anyway, that's placement match number 4. On to the final one.